As my high school teacher, Miss Judy Cole.
James Earl Carter, born in October 1, 1924, in Plains, Georgia, in a modest farming community. His family's roots in the agrarian South deeply influenced his upbringing, instilling in him a strong work ethic and a commitment to community values. Carter's childhood was shaped by the Great Depression, teaching him the value of resourcefulness and resilience. He attended local schools and later pursued higher education at the United States Naval Academy, graduating in 1946. His naval career took him to various assignments before his father's passing brought him back to Georgia to manage the family peanut farm, where he proved his skills as a successful entrepreneur. This early life in a close-knit, rural community grounded Carter's values of humility, hard work, and a sense of responsibility that would shape his future endeavors in politics and beyond. Jimmy Carter's political rise was rooted in his experiences as a naval officer, a successful businessman, and a dedicated community leader in Plains, Georgia. His journey to the governorship of Georgia and later the presidency of the United States was marked by perseverance, grassroots organizing, and a commitment to progressive values. Before his governorship, Carter began his political career in the 1960s, winning a seat on the Sumter County Board of Education. His focus on education reform and racial integration showcased his commitment to equality and justice. Governorship in Georgia. Carter's political ambition led him to serve in the Georgia State Senate from 1963 to 1967, where he established himself as a moderate Democrat. In 1970, he launched a gubernatorial campaign characterized by a grassroots approach. He emphasized his outsider status and his dedication to fighting corruption and inefficiency in government. Carter's tenure as governor, 1971 to 1975, saw a series of reforms. He implemented policies aimed at reducing racial segregation, improved education, and streamlined state government. He prioritized environmental issues, establishing Georgia's Coastal Marshlands Protection Act and championing conservation efforts. Presidential campaign. Carter's presidential campaign in 1976 was notable for its emphasis on morality, integrity, and change. He positioned himself as a Washington outsider and a fresh face in politics, appealing to a broad coalition of voters. Carter's Southern roots played a significant role in his campaign strategy, allowing him to connect with voters in the South and beyond. Despite being relatively unknown nationally, Carter won key primary elections, gaining momentum and support within the Democratic Party. In 1977, Jimmy Carter stepped into the Oval Office, aiming to bring change and unity to a nation grappling with numerous difficulties. His presidency, marked by a commitment to human rights and facing tough economic times, was defined by both accomplishments and challenges. Carter's focus on domestic issues was evident from the start. He tackled energy problems head-on, urging Americans to conserve resources amidst an energy crisis. His efforts aimed to lessen the nation's dependence on foreign oil. Yet economic challenges persisted during Carter's presidency. High inflation rates and unemployment weighed heavily on American families. The Carter administration worked to implement measures to combat these issues, although success remained elusive. A pillar of Carter's presidency was his dedication to human rights. He championed this cause globally, challenging nations with poor records on human rights while pushing for diplomatic resolutions and negotiations in areas marred by conflict. Carter's foreign policy efforts were notable, particularly the Camp David Accords in 1978. This historic agreement brought together Egyptian President Anwar Sadat and Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin, fostering peace between the two nations. However, the latter years of Carter's presidency were overshadowed by challenges. The Iran hostage crisis gripped the nation, with American diplomats held captive in Iran for 444 days. This crisis strained Carter's leadership and public perception. Following his presidency, Carter continued his commitment to humanitarian causes. His work with Habitat for Humanity and involvement in global diplomacy earned him admiration and respect worldwide. Jimmy Carter's legacy endures as a president who advocated for morality, sought to bring peace to conflict zones, and tirelessly championed human rights both at home and abroad. His presidency, marked by earnest efforts amid complex challenges, remains a significant chapter in American history. Jimmy Carter's time in office was a testament to the complexities of governance, showcasing both the triumphs and tribulations that come with leading a nation. His dedication to principles and unwavering commitment to improving the world around him leave an indelible mark on the annals of American politics.